Okay, so I'm here live on both Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. This is the first time we are trying out a multi-streaming where different people can utilize this in the best possible way. So this is the reason why I took a break to understand how I can do a much more better show for you people so that it benefits everyone. So let's give a couple of minutes for people to join, and then we will go to the Ask Deek show. So what I've done here is I have renamed the whole thing as Deek Live. That's the name of the show, and it gets separated into different various other shows, which actually is going to be. I hope you have actually seen the schedule from that point, right? So this happens every Monday, the Ask Deek show, which happens every Monday. So let me just share this to a couple of people. I'm just trying out everything for the first time today. I'm relaunching this Ask Deek show. All your questions in the question section, right? Facebook and YouTube, I'm going to come after 1 hour and will be active on there. Right now, I'm active on Instagram, right? So 1 hour from 5 to 6, I'll be active on Instagram, and then from 5:30 to 6:30, I'm going to take in the questions which I'm getting from YouTube, right? So that's my plan. That's what I've thought of doing all this together. Jomraj, I know you're here on Facebook. I will be focusing on Instagram first, and then I will be moving on to YouTube and Facebook. So 1 hour, all Instagram, and then after that, half an hour, Facebook and YouTube. You can see it, I'm active, on this side. I'm active on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I have my screen issues, right? Because I'm using the same screen. Instagram actually flips this screen and YouTube is just the same screen, right? So that's the plan. So hopefully we'll have a great time here. I came 5 minutes earlier just to give an overview of how we have changed things, how we have planned various things of this, right? So Instagram, thanks a lot, everyone. I know there's a lot of people were waiting for the show. So many people did send me a lot of messages telling me to come online. And now here I am after 1 month. What happened, right? That's the first question you people will all ask me. Nothing happened. I was just strategically planning out something much more better lighting, better, talk with you people. So basically I was planning to do all this, right? Now I'm streaming. Everyone had these issues. Your videos are not there on YouTube. We are not there in Instagram. How do you figure this all out? So that's how this all started. Right? All your questions, Instagram people, all your questions in the questions section, I'm going to select it and then start talking on it, right? So a quick overview of what is going to happen, right? So every Monday, I think I made a note of it. You would have seen my stories, right? Every Monday, there's an Ask Deek show from 5 to 6 where I come online to talk. You can ask me any questions between birth and death and the questions in the question section, right? And then from 6 to 6:30, I go on Facebook and YouTube answering your questions, right? So that's how the complete plan is, right? So Monday, Ask Deek, Wednesday, Theme Deek, right? Many people told me, talk on a specific topic, right? Talk on a specific topic means pick a topic like depression or something revolved around that, and we ask only questions, and you people only ask me questions with that topic only, so that we have a discussion rather than that. Thursday is the Call Me Deek show, where I'm going to call you people and talk about stuffs and work it out, right? And Sunday, same time, what I'm going to do is work out a conference call where you can come into the system and be a part of my show where you're being shown live. So it'll be a joint video conference to maximum of 5 participants. Whatever you want to talk about, or interview or a group discussion, you have a team who wants to group discuss, let me know and we'll figure it out, right? So thanks a lot for everyone's hi and this one. So Facebook, Instagram, I'm going to move to Facebook and YouTube. I'm going to move to Instagram now. All my focus will be on Instagram, right? Hi, Kareem. Hi, Kriti. Thanks a lot for joining in. Question, Akshay, question in the question section, so I can take that question and start answering on that, right? All your questions in the question section. Thanks a lot for all the waves. Thanks a lot for everyone who has joined in. I know it's been a long, hi Pallavi, thanks a lot for joining in. Hi Ravi, this is the Ask Deek show where you can ask me anything between birth and death, anything literally, right? You can ask me anything from life or relationship, education, health, finance, and love. You can literally ask me anything, right? So feel free to be. Right now, I'm active on Instagram, right? So I'm on Instagram right now and not on Facebook and YouTube. So I'm going to ask questions in relation to that and start working on it. Hi, Anika. Hi, Vaishnava. Mr. Puri Reddy. Thanks a lot for joining in. So what did I do? First question you'll ask me, what did I do for the last 1 month? Nothing. Just planning out this to make it a much better show so that you people get most of me. As you know, I do all my sessions free of charge. You might have seen a couple of live shows which I used to do on different mediums. So I've done a lot of things, and that's what I'm trying to work on to further down and help you people more, right? Sir, education. My education is I did my BSc in Business Administration from a US university. I did my MBA from Birla Institute of Technology, India. I've done my MSc in Business Psychology from a US university. Praful, your question in the question section. Instagram, there's a question section you need to pick on. Put your question in the question section. I know most of you might have totally forgotten what I do, and some of you didn't have a thing of what I do. So questions in the question section. In Facebook and YouTube, I'll come down to you after 1 hour to answer your questions that way, right? So make sure you get that all right? So why am I standing? Standing is much more easier for me to talk. That's what I realized, than sitting and going around. It keeps me more healthier. I have an indirect exercise also. So it's much more easier for me to stand and talk rather than sit and talk, right? Sitting and talking, I'm sitting a lot, editing videos and also that. Why not I stand? Feel free. As you know, I talk on most stages and work it from there. So are you guys hearing me well? My voice is okay? Just want to check that. If your voice is okay, put thumbs up, right? So that's what I'm doing right now, working on all this thing. If you see my setup, it'll be quite interesting. Maybe next time I'll show how my whole thing is set up, so you have an idea of how to do it. So right now I'm on Instagram, right? So get this thing very clear. 1 hour Instagram, 5 to 6 Instagram, and 5:30 to 6:30 YouTube and Facebook. Same like our old plan. There's nothing has changed, right? So let's do it. Okay, everyone can hear me well. That is good. Thank you, Jane, Kriti, BP, Akshay. Thanks a lot for all that. Yes, I'm back again. I know you people have all been waiting. So many people did message me a long time. When I'm going to come Ask Deek, when I'm going to come here. Now I'm going to come every Monday Ask Deek, right? Every Wednesday is a theme Deek where you can ask me about a specific topic, and we're going to decide on the Ask Me Deek show what the theme is going to be on Wednesday. Thursday is the Call Me Deek. I'm going to call you your number. You might share it on various things, and then I'll start waiting and calling you that, right? And the last one is a conference call, which I did yesterday. You might have seen my live video on Facebook and YouTube generally, where I share and have a video conference call with your team, or you want to do it for your school or college, you want to interview me or have a discussion on positivity, have a discussion on depression or something around that. So that's the strategy for the Deek Live show. That's what I called. I renamed it, and let's do it from there. So now 5 minutes, I've told you everything what I do and why I'm doing it. My objective is to only spread positivity. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's my objective, and I'll keep doing that, right? So let me go and to the question section, right? Okay. Himanshu's first question. Himanshu Arya from Instagram. How to be productive nowadays? How to be protective or productive? I think it should be productive and not protective. Or I think you're talking about the COVID protecting. Or now, if you're saying about COVID situation, let me a little bit talk about that. Himanshu, just rephrase your question if it is protective or productive, because these two people have two different. Okay, now a serious question from Anika. Talking about rising rates if suicide. So you want to ask more about suicide. Guys, let me tell you why actually people suicide. Okay, let me make it very simple for you as to how people suicide. All your questions in the question section on Instagram. Let me make it very simple. Generally, when you say you suicide, you kind of go into the very core depth depression, which is not clinical yet. Maybe it's just going in the method or to the way to whatever depression you have. So let me take it from this point of view. How are people suicide? Let me make it very simple. Suiciding normally happens is that when you're holding on to fire, think you're holding on to fire. You have orange color fire. You're holding on to fire. You're holding on to fire. You're holding on to fire. Slowly, what happens is that on a longer run, when you start holding on to the fire, slowly, your hand starts to burn. Slowly, that fire takes it into your mind. That is when you assume that you have depression because you're holding on to fire. I like this fire. Oh, I just want this orange color. Oh, so you start holding on to this fire. And then slowly, it gets into your heart. So your mind is going to crush your heart about this fire. So your heart can't beat because you're suppressing. And then it has a feeling that I'm not worth it. I need to leave this world. That is when generally people suicide. So there are many reasons why people suicide, because I can't go into details, but in general, this is the process. They're holding on to something which they're not supposed to hold on to. They're holding on to an expectation. They're holding on to something which people are loving them. They're holding on to something which is most important for them, and they lost it. And slowly they think that even I have to leave. And that is the reason why the rising rates of suicide is happening. Now, the other thing, it can be political if I say this. Nowadays, what I have seen is most of the people normally want a shortcut for their solutions. So normally these shortcuts, they tend to look for solutions in in pills, right? You have a depression, you want a pill. You have a health issue, you want a pill. You're not feeling hungry, you want a pill, right? You're not feeling sleep, you want a pill. So everyone wants the shortcut for pill. But the point is, these pills don't solve the actual problem which is in your heart. I always tell people, a problem of the heart can never be solved by giving medication to the mind, right? A medication to the mind can never solve a problem of the heart. You have to be that person or give that person love or whatever they're looking for, and give that to overcome that thing. So when you start seeing it from that point of view, depression takes a shift, right? Because what happens is that you have a lot of things being suppressed within your system. On a longer run, on a longer term, you tend to suppress it, and then you want to give it away. So most of all these problems could be various things which you need to solve the surroundings, or you to solve within yourself, and only then these things will go. Long time ago also people used to suicide. It is nothing new, right? But then what has happened is that this mental health concept has gone so strong in this world, people find shortcut of suiciding. They don't want to solve the problem. They just want a shortcut. So when they want the shortcut, what happens there? Right? The suicide happens. Many people are already in a good state. I've talked to so many kids, so many students who thinks they have depression. After talking to them, they say depression doesn't exist. Right? I'm a person who believes depression doesn't exist. I'm a person who believes that suicide is completely created things, right? Where you can get out of it. So what you need to do here is medication is not the solution. right? Mental health and mental thing is all a big marketing thing which is going on to sell more medicines. I'll tell you something. Most of the medicines to the mind have an imbalances to your chemical, right? So what people say is that you have various mental issues because there's a chemical imbalance. So put it into your head, the medicine into your mouth, so that a balance gets corrected. I agree with that. But if your mind is already correct, and you go and tell the doctor that you have this problem, that problem, I can't sleep, he's going to put a disorder onto you and he's going to give medication to you, you're already good. But then what happens? A fixed chemical reaction, you're all okay, that fluctuates and that causes a problem, right? So many suicides is happening. I know so many kids taking even medication to their mind without even their parents knowing, because their friends are recommended or various other people have recommended, right? So try to understand this, right? So the rise is many reasons. And the other fun part of suicide is you go on Google and search about depression. 99% you lead to clinical depression and not the actual depression. If you go and open the dictionary, the meaning of depression is sitting at a sad state, that everyone is sitting sad state, right? So get that difference going on, right? So there's many old people who has come in. Sneha, thanks a lot for joining in. You know, she has been constantly following up with me when I'm going to come back live. Now I'm going to come back every day, right? For unit RRS, I think it's Bobby, I think, right? So he's also there. That's great. So I hope, Anika, I saw your thumbs up. So I understand I've answered to your question. So let me go to the next question, right? I really don't know what it is. Yagnesh is asking, in a government job, people have job security and they give all workload to others. 3. What does that mean? You have 1, 2, 3 questions? Oh, there's 3, 4, 5 questions you have asked. Do you suggest same in government jobs also, where promotion is not based on network on that? He's always going hard on government jobs. Okay, so let's talk from the government job point of view. Every system has its good and bad, right? Government jobs, yes, it gives you security, but does it really give you growth? That's a question you have to ask. Some people needs just a stability of job. They just want job security. Whatever job is it, they'll just keep doing it until they feel good about it. So what you got to understand here is know the difference. Right? So it is what you want rather than what other people are and what the other systems are and what the other government things which go around. So your point here is what do you want? You just want job security, get a government job, but then getting growth into that system has a lot of things which is going on. So are you ready for that? Or are you? Now, for example, there'll be a lot of politics. In any organization you join, there is a lot of politics. So a lot of politics means there is something going to get wrong, right? And you need to play the game to get through. So understand the difference, and I hope you will get through that government questions. I have part 1 and part 2, but a part 2 and part 3, but I don't have okay, now the next question which I got is from Raji Chandran. How to overcome social media politics? Okay, let's see it from this way. You don't control people in social media, right? Get this point very clear. You can't control people on social media. You can block some people. You can unfollow some people. But then you can't stop anyone from commenting or playing politics within that thing. When I understand social media politics is, a couple of group of people, they're trying to bring one person down, bring them up, and group chat and group hit and group make fun of, group bullying. That's what I understand by social media politics. You can't control anyone's action, but then you have the same power to filter out these people who doesn't add value to you, which means unfriend people, unlike people, block them, put a complaint onto them. You can do all these things. Why are you playing or being a part of the social media politics when you yourself can actually directly unfollow this politics? Unfollow. So a friend shares some political statement into his feed. Unfollow them. Don't unfriend them. Facebook is quite difficult, but start unfollowing people who doesn't add any value to your life. Automatically, social media politics will be out of your system. People like politics because they enjoy, they have a nice time with it, so they keep doing that. But here the question which you have to ask is, what do I have to do, right? What is my plan, right? Do I want to be a part of this politics or not? And then just take a decision and start getting filtering out, and you'll be out of that, right? So it's quite simple. So let me go to the next question. I hope you people are liking it. Facebook, Instagram, everyone, I'm doing this joint thing together, so that many people have requested in Facebook and Instagram that I need to come here also and be a part of the show, right? So that's the reason, right? Next question is, okay, from Chanu02. How to avoid bad habits? Okay. Now, no habit is actually bad until it hits you, or it bothers you, or it makes a difference into your life, or it stops you from your growth, right? So for example, what is a bad habit? Every bad habit is created. Okay, Raji Chandra got my answer. That's good. All thanks to God for that. So let me go back to this, how to avoid bad habits. Guys, Facebook, Instagram, feel free to share this to different people so many people know about it and can be a part of the show. My objective is purely to give back to the community. I'm not here to make fame. I'm not here to make any name. My pure objective is to spread positivity, and that's why I'm doing this, right? There's nothing more than that, right? So how to avoid bad habits? Let's take it. Vaishnavi, I'll come to your question if it's in the question section. Just give me some time. Oh, we're running short of time here. I think I took a long time to answer. Okay, now last 10 minutes, I'll fast answer everyone, because Facebook, Instagram, I have only another 10 more minutes. Then I have to move to Facebook and YouTube. So I'll work it on there, right? Bad habits is a pattern. What people say is that you keep doing something continuously, it forms a habit. That's what people say, people believe in, right? So you slowly, yeah, Chanu, I'm answering your question. So I really don't know what your bad habit is. If you can share what your bad habit is, I can easily tell you how to get out of it. But at the end of the day, you can only avoid bad habits by replacing good habits and a lot of good habits together. And slowly, what the world says is, if you practice something 21 days, normally it becomes a habit. But at the end of the day, you should know what is the consequences of continuing that and consequence of not continuing that. If I tell you, you have a bad habit of calling bad words to people, let's take an example. You have that, you build up that, with time you call bad word to everyone. Then you have a boss who's paying you quite very well. And that day you say something wrong and a bad word, and you might lose your job. And that time you will learn this bad habit not, and then you correct it, and the next job you'll be much more alert. So what you got to understand here is that bad habits is a build-up thing. Bad habits is something which you've been doing constantly, right? So what you need to do is how to avoid it is start doing good things. Full stop. Just go run after it and start doing good stuff, do good stuff, so that your mind doesn't have time to think even bad. Now, other bad habits, which can be, for example, smoking, drinking, which people say is bad. Now, but if you go in a very cold place, drinking is not that bad because it keeps your body hot, right? But then if you are in this dark summer, really hot summer, you go and drink alcohol, it starts affecting various other things, which is not good for you. That is more of addiction, right? It's not bad habits, it's addiction. How addiction can be removed? Yeah, Sneha, it's good to know. You liked it, right? The background is cool. So what you need to do is that you need to get, how can you do that is addiction. Addiction is you're trying to run away some problems, run away some issues. So you get so addicted to that bad habit, so you don't think of that. So you have an exam and you know it's going to fail. You might get into pornography. You might get into drinking so that you forget that past. So that's the other way. So solve that problem, and then it goes on. So I'll take the last question from who's that? Who keeps saying that I have this question? Okay, Vaishnavi. Let me see Vaishnavi's question, and then I move to. Okay, so this is an interview question. How to prepare for interview before placement? Okay. Now, if it's before placement, really quick, guys. I know this is a relaunch of this Ask Deek shows. Give me some time to figure out how this goes, right? I know I might miss out a lot of questions. Okay, Chanu got your answer. All thanks to God, right? So I know I'm trying out something new right now. So I'm still working out various other things. So give me some time to figure out. I need to move to Instagram, so to YouTube and Facebook in a short time, right? Which is and then half an hour I'll be there. If you still have questions, come to YouTube, come to Facebook, and you put in your questions in the questions section, and for sure I'll reply. Placement interview, it's a very long discussion altogether. Vaishnavi, okay, just to make it a little more easier, yesterday on my YouTube, there is a video which I did for completely on career placement, right? Career, this one. Go and have a look at that. You'll get a lot of answers how it is, how you got to stand, how you got to walk, how to keep your body language. So, for example, quick one, body language. If you need, so simple example, body language. How do you have a perfect body language for any placement interview? Bring your shoulder front, bring your shoulder up, bring your shoulder back, and bring your shoulder down. This is how you got to stand for an interview. So that itself gives you that confident look, confident stand. Go for interviews such that you have nothing to lose, right? If you go that this is the only option I have, when you're going the attitude which you have nothing to lose, you are completely on the edge. Third thing, know complete information of the organization and why the organization is in your campus to go for placements, right? So what you need to know, so you should have a very good detail of the organization. What are they doing? What are the new projects? What is their plan? So that you can say that, I know, sir, you're having this project right now. Infosys have signed up such a deal. You will need a lot of this one. So I would be the right candidate for that, because for that project, you need all these people to come together. And that's how you do it. You tell them how you're good for you, than going to them, sir, please give me the job. I've worked really hard. This is my marks. This is what I've done. You tell them how you're the best fit for them. They will give you the job, right? That's just a quick summary. It's a long discussion. So guys, just Instagram. I know on Wednesday, I'm going to go theme Deek. Do you want me to talk about interviews? I think I will talk about interviews. That is quite an important question. So my Wednesday theme question, how do you think? Say yes, then I know it is a yes, right? So make sure, okay, so I think I will select that because, okay, everyone's saying sure. So next on Wednesday, same time, which is the next thing, I'm going to talk completely about interviews. That's the fun part, that I never went for any formal interview. All my job, I got it through various ways. I'll tell you the secret also if you want to ask about it. Important of women is perfect. So everyone is talking about interviews. I will talk about interviews. You can ask me various questions on interviews. So guys, theme Deek on Wednesday is going to be everything about interviews. Okay, so get ready for that. Tell all your friends, whoever it is who wants to be a part of it. Keep sharing it on that point, right? So let me take one more last question. I have 4 more minutes to go. Then I move to, I have very, very quick answers which I can answer. What are the best ways to keep your mind in control? Mind is a free thinker. Allow it to think and make it free to think, right? So don't try to control your mind. Give it good things to think. Give it positive things to think and let it keep thinking. Don't try to control. Why you controlling? Controlling mind is left for the saints. What you need to do is that give it positive things. How do you control your mind? It comes to your eyes, ears, nose, touch, feel. All your senses is what controls your mind. Give it good things, it can only think. Mind can't think anything what is new. It can only think what you already know. So if you know all good things, your mind will start thinking good and you feel at peace. When you're at nature, you see all this nature, you feel so at peace. Why? That nature is coming through your eyes and giving you the peaceful feeling. Like that, expose your senses to that, right? Quick questions. Okay. Oh God. There are some of my questions. I don't want to get into that, right? So yeah. I think what I will do is next time I will fasten the process, because I totally forgot about time, because everything I'm trying out today for the first time. So kindly adjust with me. I'm still trying to figure out a lot of things. My Facebook and YouTube background is messed up because Instagram flips it and you have. So let me quickly go to one more question. Which is the most important question? Stay home, stay safe. All good, man. So, okay, the question here is how to get rid of result tension. You have a certain expectation in life, expectation for your marks. That is why you have tension about results. So the point what you have to do is that stop and don't bother about the results so much. You have already written the marks. Can you change it? No, it is over there, right? So you can't do that. You've already written it and that is over. Stop comparing and stop discussing about what your results are going to be. If you have done your best, you will get a certain result for that. Your marks can be always, and your marks can be high or low. But if you studied 50%, you're only going to get 40% marks, because 10 marks can always work around you or work against you. Accept that, then you don't have any tension, right? So what you need to do is that accept what your marks is going to be by accepting the truth and what marks you are going to get in reality. So if you studied 70, you're only going to get 60. So go and study 100 if you are 90. Go and study outside your syllabus to get 100. So that is how you do it. Accept, the earlier you accept it, the easier it gets, right? That's it, Instagram. Just last 2 more minutes, 2-3 minutes. I hope, let me know your feedback. Any changes to be made in the show or any plans, because slowly I'm going to move to Instagram, right? So, sorry, I'm going to move to YouTube and Facebook, where I'm going to take their questions and answer to their stuff, right? So if you still want to be a part of the show, come to Facebook or come to YouTube at the rate of Deek Parassini, and I'll be there. And I'm going to pick questions also. Similar way like how Instagram comes, same way I'm going to do it. Deep says no, nothing. So that's good. Thanks a lot for that. Guys, any feedback you would like to make, any changes to the show, any additions, any subtractions, let me know. I'll be here. I'll be on live on Instagram, but I'm going to be more active on Instagram, sorry, on Facebook and YouTube, right? So Mahalakshmi, yes, she's the one who's really helping me out through various stuffs or various works which I'm doing. She has volunteered to help me a lot. So there is a lot of audios which I'm going to shortly send on my Spotify. I don't have your first question, Yagesh, right? No, sir, perfect everything. So now you're going to be, live on. So I'm going to be live on Instagram, right? I'm going to be live on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. But my activity, where I'm going to be more active. So first 5 to 6, I'm going to be active on Instagram, right? 5 to 6, I'm going to be active on Instagram. 5 to 6:30, sorry, 6 to 6:30, I'm going to be active on YouTube and Facebook. So I'm going to see their comments. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to relate to them. You guys can also benefit from that. Not a problem. But then whoever wants to be a part of it, you can move from Instagram and come to YouTube and Facebook. Even, sorry guys, whoever questions I didn't take, I will come back again next Monday, right? But I know this next Monday is a long time. I will still try to do a little more shows in that, but I'm just trying to work it from that point of view, right? So thank you everyone for your question, and for sure I will be coming back next. I think next Monday is too very far away. I think I need to put one more show in the middle, right? So I'll tell you my plan, right? I really don't know. This is just for Instagram people. Facebook, YouTube, I'm going to come here shortly, right? What happened there? Oops. My background is going to go. So I'm just trying out, guys. Oh, sorry. So I have one more hour on Instagram. Okay. So sorry. Thanks a lot, Mahalakshmi, for correcting me. Guys, I'll be there for 1 more hour on Instagram. Sorry. I think I'm just losing track because I have my UAE time, which I'm working on. So this is the new plan. for the shows, just quickly to show you. Instagram, I'm going to be there for another half an hour with you guys. So don't worry. Right? It's just that I got confused with my clock and the Indian time. So what's going to happen is, I really don't know Facebook and YouTube. You will have the screen has flipped. I never expect the screen to flip for YouTube and Facebook. So this is the plan, right? So every Monday, I'm going to do Ask Me Deek show. So 5 to 6, I'm going to be on YouTube. 6 to 6:30, I'm going to be on Facebook. Tuesday, there's no show. Means tomorrow, there's no show. But obviously, with time, I'm going to put shows into that, right? There is no event tomorrow, right? So tomorrow's a Tuesday, there's no show. Then Wednesday and Thursday, there's 2 shows. One is Theme Deek, which is the Theme Deek show is yeah, for sure. I'll answer your question. I am my question marks, right? So Wednesday, the Theme Deek show where we pick a topic. So Wednesday's topic is interview, right? So I'm going to talk about interviews. I'm going to talk about how to do an interview and do it from that point of view. Thursday is the Call Me Deek show where I'm going to call people and talk to them, right? And make them understand or whatever it is what they want to do. And Friday, Saturday, it's no show right now, but I'm really thinking to add more things with time. And then Sunday is going to be video conference where there'll be 4 or 5 participants who want to be. Yes, our show will be a part of this Sunday. A girl has already booked for me on Sunday, so the next Sunday will be that, right? Yes, theme show is a great idea. That was asked by Rajini, that was asked by Bobby. Many people wanted us to do a theme show. So that's the reason I've started this theme show, which is every Wednesday, right? Yes, I said I won't do it tomorrow. I said that we will test it tomorrow. I hope that's what you meant. But then if you think, if you've already told your friends, then obviously I will do something for tomorrow itself, right? So that's that show. So back to Instagram again, right? So sorry guys, I just got mixed up. I'm here again on Instagram answering questions, right? So who are the people who are saying I've never answered questions? Okay. How can I be in advertising industry as a copywriter? Please answer me. First, you got to find out how are you going to be a copywriter. It's not that how can I be, it is how can you be a copywriter so that you can be a part of the advertising industry. Once you have the certain required skills to be a copywriter, that is when you start applying for jobs within the advertising industry. Why do you make it so complicated? Right? It is quite easy to do it. All you need to do is when you have a plan, go and open the classified and go and find out what skills and job experience you need to be a copywriter. Find that, start doing that, start applying to various industries within the advertisement industry. And there you go. I don't know why it's complicated. It's quite easy. All right. So next question is by Kriti. How to focus on education without any distraction? I'm still there on YouTube. I have another half an hour more. I never realized that. Sorry for that. But obviously I will come back on Facebook after half an hour more. How to focus on education without distraction? You should know why you are studying and why you're getting this education. Because if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, you will be distracted. For example, you have your birthday party tomorrow. Do you get distracted or you're completely focused on that birthday party? All right. So what you have to do here is whatever plan you have, you should know why you're doing what you're doing. When you have that, automatically the focus begins to come, automatically that interest will start to come, automatically you start building up with time. So focus only comes on what is most important. Kriti says, good example, life is very simple, don't complicate it, right? So all you need to know why you're studying. If you know why you're studying, the focus will automatically come. Minchu, I think we had a discussion on call and phone. I think I see a lot of messages. Why don't you DM me and we can discuss about your mother at the end of the day, right? So, who is the one who's saying I never answered that question? So there's another one. Do we have any better ways to deal with failure? Yes. Why do you think failure as a failure? The biggest mistake most of the people do is that they tend to think that you have lost something in failure. Let me give an example. I keep telling the same example again and again. A student does a maths exam. He starts working really hard. He was expecting 60, but he ends up getting 30 and he fails. He sits there, he starts continuously working on himself, and then the next exam, he gets 70 marks. Don't you think that it is not a failure? It is actually a bump up to his positivity. So see it from that point of view. When you begin to see it from that point of view, every failure is positive. It's only failure which tells you your true worth in the world and in the organization. When you start focusing on that, you will come to understand what it is all about. I hope I've answered that question. Every failure is something life trying to teach you. When you start focusing on that, it starts changing around. As for you, how to maintain focus, I'm Tarang. I've already talked about it, how to maintain focus. It's what is important for you. What is most important for you, you will focus on. I literally talked about a few minutes on focus on study. So if you have to go and eat your lunch and you're hungry, I'm dead sure you will start going for that food. Next question by Ganu. How to stop thinking about your ex relationships? First thing you got to find out is, are you in contact with that person or not? So are you in contact with that person or not? Because if you're still in contact, you can never forget your ex. Point number. Most of the people after breakup, they want to become friends. I'm telling you, you're going to kill yourself, right? So get complete disconnection from that friendship or from that person. Second thing is, forgive that person in your mind, because somewhere around that person has come to you to make you understand that how dumb are you at selecting that relationship. So it is a life experience which you got this because of the relationship. Saying that, Shushmita is asking a counter question. Is there some kind of food which helps us to focus? Don't eat too much. Your focus will always be there, right? So that is the best food. If you have an empty stomach, your focus will be 100%. Eat half the stomach, your focus also will be 100%. When you overeat yourself, you tend to lose your focus. Whatever food you eat, you eat healthy food at the end of the day. Make sure you eat that healthy, right? So back to stop thinking about your ex. First you got to do is to forgive. First you got to do is disconnect, don't have any contact. Second thing is forgive that person in your mind, not in your not going physically and being friends again. In your mind, be thankful to that person for coming into your life and teaching you this lesson. So you've learned this lesson. Don't go and have another girlfriend, boyfriend again, or girlfriend, I don't know, right? So what you need to do is forgive that person, because that person is always given you that experience. Once you start doing that, you'll forget, right? The thing is, you can't forget past relationship. With time, you will just forgive that person and you smile about your past dumbness, right? Never ever think of forgetting. You're never ever going to forget past relationship. Get this point very clear. Okay, I hope, Ganu, I've answered that question. Okay. So next is whose question? So my depression is silly, but I'm sharing with you. I'm depressed with my hair loss. Okay. See, first of all, it is not a depression. Get this point very, very clear, right? So what you need to do is first thing you got to understand is depression is something you're holding on to. So for example, I don't know who told you have depression. I'm dead sure for this reason, it is not depression. You're just creating it. You've Googled it and you find out various other things. Now, first thing you got to find out is, why are you losing hair and your other age people is not losing hair? So that's the first thing you got to think about. right? There might be a reason. Then find out in your family members, in your past, what is the other things. Is your father also lost your hair? Is your uncle losing hair at a certain age? If it is basically coming from your body structure or body system, which actually loses the hair with time. Second thing is, being bald also is not a problem. Don't be so held up on this hair to make and look in a certain way. The richest man in this world is bald. The richest man in this world is bald. Now then, why are you getting depressed of hair loss? Right? So what you don't understand here is that is somewhere around you've compared and kept in your mind that is hair is only makes you complete. It is not hair which makes you complete. It is what your heart is and what you truly are is makes the difference. So stop comparing yourself to other people who are having hair and saying that I don't have hair. For example, I will tell you something. Think everyone is bald. Think everyone in the world is bald. Only you have a hair, you will feel bad. Right? That is the fun of life, right? The fun of life is whatever the group has, when you don't have, you have an issue. Why are you comparing yourself to that group? Why are you comparing yourself to that group and saying that you are not them? Don't try to be like them. Try to be the best of you. When you try to be the best of you, a bald man like the richest man in the world can also get that power, get that respect, get that love from the world. I hope I've completely answered your thing, which I'm 100% is not related to your depression. So first of all, don't believe in depression. See, now, for example, this guy, whoever is Babu, is going to go Google it and search out depression, and he's saying my depression is silly also. Guys, don't use this word depression. It's a created stuff. The long you say, I literally don't believe depression exists. I can keep proving to people. Now, this guy says he is depressed. But is he really depressed? No, he's creating on his own because he's comparing himself to them and believing that I'm depressed. So that has to stop. That has to change. Then obviously he'll be out of depression. But I'm sure he'll go to the doctor later, find all that thing, and then mess it up further. Another 15 more minutes to go on Instagram. Then I move to Facebook and YouTube, right? So, bad habits I've answered. Guys, just ask me once. Don't ask me 2-3 times. It gets very difficult and complicated for me, right? I am in an ocean of backlog studies. I still can't complete it, but no consistency is the problem. At the end of the day, right? What was this? Ratri is saying sadness, stress, depression are all different things, but it all boils down to the same thing at the end of the day. For me, sadness equals depression according to the English dictionary. But most people link to clinical depression. That is their problem and not my problem. Clinical depression, only 1% has that of the whole world. When you compare, only 1% of people have clinical depression. 99% of the people not even touching the depression, which the clinical depression people are talking about. So I hope I've answered that question. It was a counter question, right? Deek Parassini, you have a wonderful video during anger control. Yes, I have. Go and have a look at my YouTube. There's a great video on anger control, right? Next question is, yes, ocean of backlogs. So being Sam is asking, so I'm in an ocean of backlogs of studies. I still can't complete it. No consistency is the problem. At the end of the day, my first question is, why do you have backlogs and others don't have? So if others don't have, you got to find out what others are doing to remove that backlog. So you got to start doing that same thing and do it. Somewhere around the system around you is not supporting or is not consistent, which you think that then I don't also become consistent. So the problem here is that your surrounding and the systems or your linked friends are the problem, which is actually bothering you further down. So what you need to do here is first pause, stay for a while, understand what my future is, understand what I want to be, understand where I want to be, understand what my future plans are, and then slowly start taking decision. Consistency only comes when you know why you're doing what you're doing. My simple question, are you not consistent to eat your lunch, breakfast, and dinner on time? I'm dead sure you will be there eating your lunch every day on the afternoon, in the afternoon. You've been consistently doing that. So why not studies? Why not education? Because you're not hungry enough, or you're not hungry enough to get to that plan or get to work on to whatever it is. So are you hungry enough for your studies? I'm telling you, you will start working it automatically, right? So this Swapna is asking, what is guru? Oops. I don't want to get into the spiritual side of things, right? So, but I would normally say is that is in simple terms, you learn anything or anyone, you learn something for your growth is a guru for you. That's a simple example. I know yesterday was Guru Purnami. I think is related to that question. What I believe is that life is the greatest guru you have. Every person who comes to your life is a guru. Every surrounding is a guru. Every animal is a guru. So that is how you go to build. So any person you have something to learn from, they're the guru at the end of the day. So that's how it's not only linked with people, right? Okay, how to stop playing PUBG? I really don't know what's the reason of you playing PUBG, but I could say one thing that somewhere around, right? I have a very good idea. Okay, so no, I'll just think of it. Maybe I'll just type the question and then move into YouTube and Instagram so that it's a little more easier to, or I have to do something else. I'm going to think of it, right? So how to stop playing PUBG? First of all, you got to understand why are you playing PUBG, right? Is it for entertainment? Is it because you're selected or getting that rank or getting that game or winning that thing, which kind of moved to an addiction? So for example, let me simply talk about, it seems like this guy is addicted to PUBG. Normally, why addiction happens is somewhere around you have something in your past or something in your childhood, or that you want to forget or forgive or move out of it. So what you do is that you go into an addiction so that you can forget or move on out of it. So for example, what are the different types of addiction? Drinking alcohol can be an addiction. Smoking can be an addiction. Your father watching news, and without watching that news, he starts. Without watching the news, he can't stay that day. He's addicted. Your mother can't miss a TV show, wants to see it every day. She's addicted, right? So all this is addiction. It's not only PUBG you are addicted to. Your mother is addicted to watching TV serials. Your father's addicted to watching TV. Some people are addicted to work. Some people have to go to office every day and work overtime. Only then they will satisfy themselves. But why are they doing all this? It is not that they are doing it. It is that something they're frustrated in life. Something they want to run away from life. Something they didn't get attention from someone. So like for example, best example is, I hope you've heard of Devdas and Paro. I hope you've heard of Devdas and Paro. Let me give a very good example of Devdas. Live session is addiction. For Deek Parassini. Live session addiction? No, not really. I'm just coming 1 hour every day. Remaining time I'm spending with my family and doing my work. So at the end of the day, maybe you can say it as an addiction at the end of the day, right? But I don't see it as addiction. I stopped for last 1 month. I never came live. So how can you say, Arpit, that I'm addicted to live shows? I never came live for 1 month. I just paused the whole thing. I was relaxing, enjoying, right? Building up a bigger thing, right? So the first point is, what are you getting from PUBG, right? Satisfaction, because you're not getting satisfaction from other people. Recognition, you're not getting recognition from outsiders, or maybe that victory feeling, because you're not winning in your life, you want to win in a social, this one. So let's think about Devdas, how it works out, right? So you have a Paro, right? Or your girlfriend, or your mother not giving you love. You're holding on to. Slowly, you create a lot of emptiness within you. You need to put in some addiction. So he has put in alcohol so that Devdas could move on and live for a longer time, or else he would have gone and suicided. So somewhere around in the past, you have actually built it up on a longer run and then you're just getting addicted to something, so that past doesn't bother you, or that breakup doesn't bother you, or that negative impression which has happened into your life doesn't bother you. So go back to your life and see, what are you frustrated about, what are you trying to run away from, what do you want to build up from here. Then automatically, I'm telling you, you'll be out of PUBG, right? It's everyone says that uninstall PUBG, do that. You can never uninstall PUBG, because you are driven by that. That is why you're staying alive, because there's something in your past which you want to run away from, right? For example, you know you're going to fail in your exam. All people go hard on PUBG because you don't want to think about the failure. You don't want to think about your frustrations about life, right? Some people every day they go for disco. Every day they want to take alcohol. Why? They're so stressed in the morning. They're so stressed in work, right? That at the end of the day, they want to drink alcohol and forget that stress. So think about it. I hope I've answered the question. Another 5 more minutes to go, guys. There's so many questions now. I'm going to... Okay, quickly, I will start answering fast. How to go on concentration. Harish, I've already talked about it. You should know why you're studying. Your focus will start coming. Now I'm going to go fast forward answering questions. It'll be very fast. And then I move to YouTube after 5 minutes, right? So I hope I've answered that. Again, same question from Sumit. Studies without any distraction. You should know why and what you're studying and how you're studying and what's the plan. Your focus will come. Mohit has asked how to become a great person like me. I'm not a great person, right? I don't want to be a great person. See, the point here is to understand, don't try to be a great person. You do good stuff, be happy in that and feel good about that. Don't think of being the great person, because great person is defined by outsiders, not by yourself. So when you say being a great person, it is not about you. It is about outsiders. So stop doing that. You start doing good stuff. If people give you greatness or not give you greatness, everything is okay, right? Oh, Abhinav, you saw a lot of love signs. Okay, good, you got your answer, and now you know how to get out of PUBG. So get out of it as quick as you can. How to get rid of family pressure of marriage if you're not ready for it. Sneha, it's a very long discussion over here, because you should understand your family and various other things. Just DM me, we can discuss about this, because I know it's very critical here. At the end of the day, my question is, I don't know how old are you? Why are you running away from marriage? Is it because some other reason, you have some other relationship? Or Abhinav, all thanks to God that you got figured out of how to get out of PUBG. Now go and help your other friends how to get out of PUBG and start working on yourself and be someone first, and then we'll figure out, right? So thank yourself and thank everyone in this world, right? Other than me, right? So again, back to this question, family pressure. See, Sneha, first, I don't know why you're not ready with it, right? If you tell me why you're not ready with it, then we'll have the discussion. So DM me, it's a very long discussion, and we can have a talk about it, right? Guys, no more questions in the question section. Which is the great inspiration of inspiration? Which is a great inspiration? I don't know if he's asking, I don't know, that question doesn't feel, I don't know, which is a great inspiration or who is a great inspiration. I don't know what you meant by that. So sorry for that, I had to skip that question. Vipul is asking what to do when feeling frustrated. Find out why you're getting frustrated and what is that which is creating that frustration within you. And when you start understanding what is creating the frustration and fixing that, you will start. So sometimes someone is irritating, you're frustrated with that. Next time when they irritate, they smile. The frustration is gone, right? You think that they're not giving you self-respect. Why do you want this self-respect? They smile. Your frustration is gone. So there's many ways. I really don't know what's the cause of your frustration. If I know the cause, I can tell you. Now I'm going very fast answering everyone. Harsh Latwal, how not to get insecure in relationship? First of all, I don't know what age and what old are you, and I don't know why are you feeling insecure about the relationship. Because someone is talking with someone else. I'll see. The thing is, don't ask me general question. Then I'm going to give you a general reply. So what you need to hear is that insecurity is feeling that you might lose this relationship. That's my understanding. Is if you really love that person, if you think that you are the right match, I'm telling you that person won't leave you. So the point here is, I really don't know how old are you? Are you married or not? So it's a different discussion after marriage. It's a different discussion before marriage. If you're really feeling insecure of a relation before marriage, move out, get out of it. It doesn't add value. First thing is insecurity. Is there a future or not? If there's no future, just get out of it. You yourself feeling insecure shows that you don't have a good future with that relationship. Okay, another 3 more minutes to go. Then I move to YouTube and Facebook. So guys, same way as Instagram, I select questions. I'm going to select on YouTube and Facebook also. So be a part of that. I think I should have kept a glass of water. Anyways, forgot. Enjoy. Next time I learn. So how to overcome the fear of achieving anything, for an example, any job or anything else. How to overcome fear of achieving anything. You will always have fear of achieving anything new. So your point is to know everything about that anything so that you're focused on getting that. So what you got to understand is fear concept, right? The concept of fear is totally based on limited knowledge about that something, right? If you have complete knowledge about snakes, you won't have fear of snakes. It's as simple as that. I don't want to go detail into it. There's a great YouTube video on exam fear. No, not exam fear. Fear of ghost, fear of snakes. Have a look at it. It'll give you the answer. Sankrush. How to start a conversation with anyone. Make some contacts and friends and let people know me. You start doing good stuff, people will know you. Rather than going and making contacts and friends is just a waste of time. How to start a conversation, talk about themselves and not about you. Automatically, it will work it out from there, right? So I'm going fast replying. I have 1 more minute to go. Let me take that question. That's long. How to deal with discouragement. I get important people in my life. I don't know who your important people are. If it's your family, yes. If you're getting discouragement, you should have a very good plan to tell them what you're going to do in life and how you're going to do in life. If it is outsiders, just move out and throw away and get out of those people because it had no value towards your life, right? I'm just quickly, guys, I can't explain this in detail. How to reduce your sleeping quota? Why do you want to reduce it if you're okay and performing in the best possibility? Different people have different sleep. Different people require different sleep because somewhere around, if you use your brain a lot or your physical body a lot, you need a longer sleep. So it depends on how much you need that sleep. So it's not how to reduce your sleeping quota. It is what you're doing when you're waking up that decides your sleep and your body system. Understand that and fix a sleeping quota, which is best. Right? I think that's it, guys. I know I have. Now, there's a very simple question. How to get rid of laziness? Laziness is choice. There's nothing more than that. It is completely created by you. I'll ask you a simple question. Are you lazy to eat your lunch, breakfast, dinner? No. Easily you'd go and eat. You're not lazy because hunger is very important. So same thing. Whatever you're lazy to do, you're not hungry enough. That's why you're not doing it. Guys, life is very simple. Don't complicate it unnecessarily. This is a very standard question. How to be happy? Do what your heart wants to do. You will be happy. Full stop. But my question is, most of the people do what their mind wants to do. That is where all the problem is and the sadness is. Now you'll ask me how to understand what your heart wants. Whenever you do something, if there's a positive result, it is your heart. If it is a negative result, it is your mind. You differentiate that and start differentiating it, you will know what you're happy about. And enjoy your life. Right? That's it, guys. Thanks a lot. Instagram, just 2-3 minutes. I'll just take your comments. I hope you like the show. Wednesday, I'm coming back again, same time at 5 o'clock. I think I'm going to fill up the shows shortly, but I'm just starting on various ways. Now I move to Facebook and YouTube /Deek Parassini. So if you go Facebook /Deek Parassini or YouTube /Deek Parassini, I'm going to be there answering your question if you still want to continue. I'm still live on Instagram. Don't worry. You can sit here and listen to the same conversation, but the questions and the comments which I select will be Facebook and will be Instagram, right? So get this point very clear. So now, thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure. There is no show tomorrow, right? Waiting for you. Thanks for Ankita. Whoever wants to move to Facebook, feel free. The same way, I'm going to pick questions and start talking about it, right? So that's it. Thank you, Instagram. I'm going to move my action or activities or communication on YouTube and Facebook now on. I'll take questions, but I need to look down because I need to select the questions from there. But I'll be still live on Instagram. If you don't have YouTube, if you don't have Facebook, you can still be here and listen to the show and be a part of the show, right? So if you don't have Facebook and YouTube, enjoy yourself. You can still be a part of it and listen to it. But still, I'll be looking at you at the end of the day, right? Thanks a lot, Sneha. You've been asking for a long time to be a part of the show. That's it. Now both shows, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all together so that no one misses. So now I move to YouTube. Once in a while, I have to look down because the questions are coming on my laptop. So I might have to look down, look at this question, and then move on, right? So ask your questions on Instagram. Ria Kutu, I'm moving to YouTube and Facebook. So be a part of that, right? So, and the theme for Wednesday, people who are leaving, the theme for Wednesday is interview. So tell your friends, tell your people, whoever I have any questions on interviews, how to interview, how to stand, how to talk, everything about interviews will be talked about it, right? So now I move to Facebook and interview. Sorry, Facebook and what? Facebook and YouTube, right? Thank you, everyone. Instagram, if you still want to enjoy it, be a part of it. But or else you can always move to my Facebook or YouTube where I'm going to ask questions. Okay, now Facebook and YouTube. Thank you, everyone, for signing up here. You know, I'm still live on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, but I'll be talking more to people on Facebook and replying to your comments at the end of the day. My comments come on my laptop, so I'm going to look down and I'm going to look up and talk to you people. You know, I'm trying out for this for the first time, multiple streaming. It needs a lot of jobs. You might be seeing the screen is upside down because Instagram is this way and Facebook is the other way. So next time what I'm going to do is that to make it easy, oops. Okay, that's all messed up again. Okay, so I'm just learning, right? So that's the screen for Facebook and YouTube, right? So now active on Facebook and YouTube from 6 p.m. onwards. So feel free to do it. Hi Harsh, hi Mahalakshmi. Thanks a lot for signing in on Facebook and YouTube, right? So I think they are all on YouTube. Harsh is on Facebook, Mahalakshmi is on YouTube. Gitika, thanks a lot you being signing in. So the first question, there are a lot of questions I got, but I'm going to only take questions from right now, right? So the first question I got is from Rathi, right? The question which Rathi gave me is, guys, Instagram, come on Facebook, YouTube if you want to see it. Still, I'm going to ask a question. My question was told your journey from keeper to a manager, how you worked for others has helped and you succeeded. Do you suggest same for government jobs also, where promotion is not based on network or goodwill? See, Rati, what you don't understand is you are talking a lot about the government job of things. I really don't know how the government job system is. Different people have different growth system in the government job. If you get a job, you're stuck with it, then why do you go into the government job? You can always move out of government job also at the end of the day. So it's a choice which you have to make and plan out based on how you want to actually get it through, right? So when you start doing that plan, that is when you work it out. It is not that I have done this way, you can do the same thing. Help, you will learn. It's no way that you won't learn. If you start doing that, you'll automatically learn a lot of stuff. But the point here is are you willing to learn or not? If you're willing to learn, whatever it is, go ahead and do it, right? So that's how you got to work it out. I hope, Rati, I've answered that question, right? So next question I got is from Harsh. Harsh, again, you're not done with your problems. Anyways, that's good because Harsh is always there on Facebook. He's one of the key guys who's on Facebook who asked me most of these questions. So let me see how to forgive myself for something I did in the past so that I don't get the guilt feeling from anyone. We all do mistakes in life. The only problem is that when you repeat that same mistake again, that is when the actual problem is. So as humans, we all make mistakes and it is okay. As a child, you have fell a lot of times. Are you feeling guilt about that right now? No, you fell a lot of time because you wanted to stand, because you wanted to make that difference. because you wanted to walk like your parents. So you fell, and then you stood on your own. If that is that case, why do you feel guilt of you falling there? So first point is, as humans, we all make mistakes. Make sure you don't repeat it, because if you repeat it, you are an animal then. So make that difference very clear. So make sure you keep doing what you're doing. Forgive yourself because of the learning experience. Make sure you don't repeat it. That's how you forgive yourself in the past, right? I hope, Harsha, I've answered that question. Next question is how to handle parents fight with each other. Focus on self-development. At sometimes gives a negative effect. Now, when your parents are fighting, the first thing you got to find out is what is the future with this? Can you change my parents or not? Not you changing. Can you change them from fighting or not? Because if you can't change them from fighting, then the question you got to ask here is will this all change? Because if this thing is not going to change, you're just going to build up frustration looking them fight. Now, if they're going to change, or if you think you can change, involve yourself, try to figure it out. But your question is quite very simple. They're not going to change. If they're not going to change, your next step would be to stay away from these fights. Right? Because if your mother, father is fighting, just slowly get out, go to your room, or get out of that system. Because what happens is that you are only in the fight when you are around that. And don't comment anything. Why two people fight, we don't know. We don't control it. There is no way we can understand why two people fight. Only those two people know. What happened in your parents' past, I don't know. You don't know. They are fighting because some other reason, because your father might have told something, or they have some differences, or the egos clashing. There's many reasons why they fight. But the question here you got to ask is that, my involvement, does it change or not? If your involvement doesn't change, again, it's a waste of time. I always tell something, when two elephants are fighting, don't go and try to go in the middle. You're just going to get stamped up and killed. So stay out of it. That's the only way. As I said, focus on your self-growth. Read a lot about marriages. Read a lot about your stuff, what you do, and then build it up from there, right? It's really good. You're moving on to self-development. Don't link yourself with your parents. When you start linking self with the parents, it gets complicated. I hope, Piyush, I've answered that question in the best possible way. Next question. Anika is asking, sir, some people from Facebook, I think I need to raise my laptop up so that next time when I'm taking these questions, it's on top. I think I need to do something like that. Maybe next time. I'm still working on it, right? So there are some people feeling that they're all alone. No one is with them. How to motivate these kind of people? First of all, you got to understand who these kind of people are. Are they have any relationship with you? Is there any difference for you? Because if it is within your family, okay, you got to work hard. If it is outside your family, it is their problem. The other thing what you got to find out here is people feel alone because they're holding on to something by which they feel alone. So for example, if someone goes to a new place, they feel alone because their mind is still stuck in that old thought process, like old friends or old city. That is why most of the people feel alone when they move to a new place. Other reason they feel alone is somewhere around they love or some expectation they have some from people. And when they don't give that, I don't have them. They don't listen to me. They don't compare with me. They don't understand me, and you feel that alone feeling. Right? If the person is a believer of God, I would say whoever believes in God is never alone. They're always there with you in whichever possible way or whichever way you do it. So try to understand that from that point of view, and everything is positive at the end. Anika, I can't talk a third person's point of view because it's difficult, right? Okay. What is Venkataralinga talking? Hi, sir. I really like the way you explain things. Is it good to do what we love, or should we love what we do? Can you explain? Keep doing what you don't love doing, because it can give you your finances, it can give you other growing lessons. And parallelly, when you have free time, go and do things what you love. So slowly, when you go and start doing the things what you love, slowly, what you're doing is, I don't love. For example, I worked in stores and all this thing. People are asking me this question, right? My dream was not to do this actually, right? I want to be a very rich man very quickly. That was my target. But at the end of the day, I did what I didn't love, so that the money comes in, experience comes in, the work. No one likes to study, but you are still studying. You're doing, you don't love it, and you're still studying because you want to get that loving job, which in future. So you're studying. Some people don't like it, so they build up that and get the things which you don't love to get what you really love. So what I tell people is, whatever you get which you don't love, but it pays you or gives you a certain return, do it. Free time, do what you love doing. And when you start doing what you love doing, that is when slowly what you love doing will overtake. And when you love doing, it overtakes. Leave what you don't love and go and do what you love. Linga, that's how you got to do both if you can, right? Bharati is asking how to overcome from loss of pets love. You mean dog, animal? Okay, so this is the first time I'm getting this question. See, the thing is, at the end of the day, people will leave with time. Like that, animals will leave. Animals will leave faster because somewhere around they have a shorter lifespan than humans. Especially dogs, cats have a shorter life. That's my understanding. So what you need to see here is understand that everyone is going to leave. So somewhere around, your pet attachment is an experience for you to make you understand that people will leave you with time. Learn from it. There's nothing lost. Get a new pet with time. You'll relate to it and build. But my point is, this pet thing itself, I'm not a good supporter of it, right? I don't believe in having pets. Pets, what happens is people are using it as a medium to find satisfaction in things, or when they don't get that from people, they find that in animals. I'm not against. I want animals to live freely in this world. I want dogs to be walking around. I need animals to be walking around. That is my point of view. But what happens if you get attached to these things? You tend to detach yourself from the human perspective of life, right? That can work out a lot. So what happens? You have been having this attachment. Suddenly the animal is gone. You say, no, now what? Right? If you're already attached to the people around you, if you're already attached with human beings, animal goes also is okay. You have another animal. I know it is a very emotional bond. Whatever attachment you have, same attachment people have with people also. So don't get over attached with anything else. Make sure you work it against, right? I hope I've answered that question. Gitika is asking, she was the main lead yesterday, asking a lot of questions from their group. So I think still she have these questions left. So her question is, Deek sir, in the social media world, is it safe to make friendship with strangers? Is it good to be close to someone who you meet online? No, never, ever do that, right? Because social media, people can fake anything and everything what they want to do, right? People can do whatever they want at the end of the day. So what you need to do is it is a very bad idea to do it, right? Because you don't know what that person is. You don't know who that person is. You don't know what their plan is. You don't know how they want to do stuff. Maybe they don't have a leg, but they always come on social media with their hands, and you're going to believe them. But what happens is that when you connect with these strangers on a longer time, you might get the emotional bond with these people. And when you're getting this emotional bond, then you're asking for trouble, right? So what people do on social media, they chat. That emotional bond starts to build up. And once the emotion starts to build up, after some time, what happens is you can't live without this person. And then the reality of this person will come. He's a fake. He's various other things. And then it works around. Bharati, it's a parrot. Okay. So I think, parrot have again a lesser emotional bond. So if you're really attached to it, I would suggest you to get another parrot as quick as you can than working it around it, right? So So that's it. I've answered everyone's question on Facebook and YouTube. I like that, right? So Rashid is saying, why did Rashid Instagram? I'm on Facebook and YouTube. I'm active on Facebook and Instagram now, right? So more questions on Facebook or not? So thank you from Bharati. That's good. Oh, there's one question I missed here. Harani Bharati. Sir, I cannot live in present life, always thinking about future, overthinking how to overcome that. Overthinking normally happens because you have a lot of free time. When you have a lot of free time, you would overthink, and that is a very big problem. So stop getting that free time. When you're really busy, you don't overthink. So start working, start now. When I'm doing this session and I have so many things going on, I have here comments coming, I have Instagram, even though I'm doing Facebook and YouTube, I'm so used to looking at myself on Instagram that I'm talking still here, I'm still trying. So I'm learning to focus onto the camera lens so that Facebook and YouTube sees that I'm talking to them, right? But still the comments come here and the comments come here. So there is also a learning experience for me. So at the end of the day is if you get so busy, your mind won't think. So start working and getting busy. Now about the future. So that people might say it's kind of anxiety, kind of various other words, technical, scientific words people might put in. So let's make it simple. If you have a proper plan for your future, would you really think about your future? No. Right? See, that is the beauty of life. When you have a proper plan, if this happens, I'm going to do this. If this happens, I'm going to do this. If this happens, you won't think so much about your future. So see it from that point of view. Right? I hope, Harani, I have answered that question. Oh. Piyush is asking, if we believe in God, but do God knows us? Does he know there's a devotee of him in this world? Oh, this is a spiritual question. But I like the question. You guys can ask me also at the end of the day. So let's see it from that point of view. The point here is somewhere around. How do I explain this to you? It's a very cute question, actually. I would say it's a cute question in terms of, that is one of the cutest questions a guy can ask about God, right? So we believe in God, but do God know us? So the point here is not about that. When you say God, I really don't know to what perspective you're seeing God. God is a very personal experience, right? God, your experience with you and your God only you know. I can't say this God is like that God is like that, your God is better, my God is better. So here God, the concept of God is a very personal experience. What I have experienced, I will talk about that God. I am a person who believes in every God which exists and every God which people don't believe in, right? So my point to make it very simple, stop worrying if there is a God, they know you or not. You keep doing what your God wants to do, God will be always there with you. It's as simple as that. Don't complicate things at the end of the day. Don't complicate God also. See God as a friend. That is the best way to relate to it if you really want it, right? So don't go and try to see that if God knows me or not. Your point is, I'm doing what God wants me to do. He'll be always there with you and he will know you. It's as simple as that. I hope I've answered that question. God question. Okay. Nostalgic Era is asking me, I think everyone hates me. What am I supposed to do? Oh, there's a further question. Everyone becomes me and everyone befooled me and used me. Okay. So, first of all, everyone is using you because you allow them to use you. Right? If you are an open rubber or if you are a pen which is left on the ground, everyone is going to take the pen, use and throw you. So the point here is that why are you being of use to everyone? Right? So the point here you got to understand here is that is if people are hating you because somewhere around you want those people to like you and that people are not liking you, so you're playing the role. People are using you because you're allowing them to use you. So on a longer term, since they're allowing to use you, they will misuse you. So what you need to do here is do things what you love doing and full stop. Do what you love doing and full stop. Don't expect anything in return, and full stop. Can someone fool you? I am doing all my sessions free of charge. It doesn't matter for me. You give me positive comments, you give me negative comments, whatever you tell me, it doesn't make any difference, because I'm not. If there is one viewer, if there's 10 viewer, if there's 20 viewers also, it doesn't make any difference, because my point at the end of the day is to do what I am doing because I love doing it. Can you control me? No. If you hate me also, it doesn't matter. If one person likes me, from all the hates, I'm talking to that one person, that matters. And if I see from that point of view, no one can hate me, right? So I hope I've answered that question. Next, Gitika still have questions. There are some people around you always used to tell us dogs are better than human beings. I understand feelings of some things. Anything you want to say about that? When people say dogs are better than human beings, it is purely because they truly don't know how to be a human being, right? So when someone says that dogs are better than human being, somewhere around they have become a dog, due to which they're calling human beings as dogs. So somewhere around they are having that dog nature. That is why they're saying it. That is the hitting back point of view based on that question. But if you look at the other point of view, at the end of the day, somewhere around someone might have cheated that person, someone because they overdid something. Even if you go overdo a dog, the dog is going to bite you one fine day. So the point here is that stop overdoing stuff and stay away from these people, Gitika, because I think you have a lot of people who tell a lot of crap to you. Get out of these people, or else you're going to kill yourself, right? So I see the confusion in your mind while talking about God answer. I see the confusion in my mind when I'm not confused about God. I have a clear understanding of what my God is and who my God is and how my God is. The point here is I was trying to understand what that kid's God is so that I can make them understand. It is not the confusion, because sometimes when you talk about God, I need to understand the other person's God to talk about their point of view of God to make them understand. I hope that makes sense, right? Okay. Linga is coming back, sir. I don't really believe in God. It all works, which are reflections. I think if we don't have enough confidence in ourselves, we do believe in God for miracles. Okay, see, Linga, if you don't believe in God, it's your call. I'm not saying you to believe. When you say you don't believe in God, you're taking it as a figure, or you're taking it as a concept. You're taking this concept of religion. I'm not taking God from that point of view at all. The point here is that if you think that some people see work as God, right? Go ahead and do it. There's no problem at all, right? See, now whoever said that, Praful was saying that I got confused. See, now he's telling the true thing of that. He doesn't believe in God. So that's why it's just understanding as to what his thought process is, right? It is not about confidence. There's a lot of difference between you. Since you have less confidence, the problem with God here is that is most of the people want shortcuts from God. That is where the biggest problem. And most of the things which revolves around God is built up with fear. When fear is there, there is no true God existing there. Most people go with God for contract. I will do this, you do this for me. Maybe he will do it, but after some time again, if you don't change, he's going to give you back it again. Right? So, miracles only happened when you really take positive action. Actions is what gives you the chocolate. Not sitting there and praying gives you a chocolate. You need to take it and eat it in your mouth only, then the chocolate will go. God won't take it and put it in your mouth, right? I have another 5 more minutes, guys. Yeah, Gitika, move on with those friends. Okay, last question I'm going to take. I've been talking for almost 1.5 hours. Right now, I'm active on Facebook and YouTube, and the questions which I'm taking it is from them. I believe that you are never covered in God's hair. I believe that if you are never covered in dog's hair, you wouldn't know what the true loyalty is and what is. I already had a dog long time ago, so it's nothing to do with the dog thing, but it's just saying that is, I would say the same thing to you. If you really didn't hug a human being with an unconditional love, then I would say you would never understand that what that hug is all about. I can say the same thing what you told about the dog on the other side. So Go and hug your mother and father unconditionally with all the love which you have. I'm telling you, you will need not a dog anymore, right? So I'm not countering. I'm just making you understand. You can pitch yourself in various ways to me, but I'm just going to tell pure truth to you, pure facts to you, right? So at the end of the day, everyone is animal or human being. Everything needs love, everything wants love, and everyone have their own ways of loyalty which they do it. There are mad dogs also, right? So make it, see it from that point of view, right? Okay, guys, last question. Ira has come back. So basically, doesn't have money ratio people towards people's perspective, which I've seen during childhood and 12th. So basically, does money ratio change people towards people's perspective, which is not seen during childhood after my 12th relationship with my friends? I really don't understand your question, man. Sorry for that. Does money ratio change people towards people's perspective? Yes, because money is quite important, and with time, with time, I really don't understand your question, man. It's quite. I don't know if you people understand. Let me know what he means by that. He or she, what he means. So basically, doesn't mean ratio change. Money ratio change people towards people. I didn't understand. Sorry for that, man. So that's it, guys. Thank you, everyone. Facebook, Instagram. Sorry, Ira, I didn't understand your question. I really don't know if it's the grammar or the commas which I need to put in. I'm running short of time. My kid have already started knocking the door. I hope everyone liked this show. I hope you all learned a lot. No show tomorrow. Wednesday is the next show. The show's name will be Theme Deek, right? The Theme Deek show. It has a theme, and the theme which was selected at Instagram, because there's around 50 to 60 people. So that way we need to work it out and understand. And so the topic for Wednesday's show is interview, right? I'm going to talk everything about interview on Wednesday. So make sure to be a part of that show if you want to know about it. I don't force anyone. So I'm going to completely talk about interviews. You can ask me any questions on interview. 5 o'clock I come on Instagram, and 6 o'clock I come on Facebook and YouTube, completely talking about interview. Right? So Ira, I will come back to your question some other time, but I have to shut down now. My kid is already knocking the door on the other side. You'll be hearing a lot of noise. So thank you, everyone. I think our first show was good. I kind of worked out quite very well. All thanks to God for that. We had quite a lot of good viewers too. Feel free to share the show. My objective is purely to give back to the community whatever you've learned from me. Make sure you share it to the world in your name or in my name. It doesn't matter the messenger. As long as the message spreads, I want it to spread to the world. So make sure you do that. Make sure you live a positive life, and then slowly you become positive. Your family becomes positive. The community becomes positive, and the country becomes positive, and the world becomes positive. That's just a small mission which I have. As you know, I do it all just to give back to the community, and that's all, nothing else. I don't want anything in return. I'm just doing it because I love doing it. If you start doing the same thing, positivity is very close by, is very close to you. Thank you, everyone. I'm signing out. First, let me sign out from Facebook and YouTube, and then I will sign out from Instagram. So Facebook, YouTube, signing out. So thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Come back on Wednesday. The theme for Wednesday's show is interview. Interview placement, for interview for your jobs and how the future is going to be and all that, right? So I'm ending the broadcast there.